Philex Mining Corporation, incorporated in 1955 as a mining company in the Philippines, engaged in exploration and mining to produce copper concentrates, which contain copper, gold, and silver. The company's exploration strategy in the late 1980s was focused on gold exploration, which resulted in the acquisition and staking of a number of primarily gold claim holdings throughout the Philippines. In July 1996, these gold assets, including the Bulawan mine in Negros Occidental, Negros Island, which commenced commercial production in January 1996 and continued until 2002, when the mine was decommissioned due to unfavorable metal prices. We are Philex Mining Corporation. Our company's vision is to be a highly respected, world-class natural resource company committed to deliver excellent value to our investors, employees, and other stakeholders. It is our mission to be a responsible mining corporation that discovers and processes minerals and energy resources for the use of society. Our business involves two parts. First one is for the metals and the other is for the energy. The first one, metals, is composed of three components: particle mine, while the second one, energy, is focused on Philex Petroleum Corporation. Particle mine operated for 357 days in 2015 for scheduled maintenance and equipment upgrades. Metals business contributed 9.190 billion pesos to the 9.362 billion revenue and energy segment, accounting for 172 million. Company's aggressive cost containment programs resulted to a reduction of 13% in cost and expenses. Deferred exploration costs continued to grow primarily due to investment associated with the Silangan project. On the liabilities side, the parent company retired $25.8 million of its outstanding debt in 2015, bringing short-term debt down to $70.5 million as of end December 2015. An additional $5 million was paid out in the first 4 months of 2016 to reduce short-term debt to $65.5 million as of end April 2016. Weak pricing environment persisted in 2015 for Philex Mining as gold price went down by 10%. As seen with this table, that the realized price per ounce of gold by 2014 was $1,270, but as the said weak pricing occurs, it declined by 10%, having only $1,147 as its realized price by 2015. As said is also true with copper as its price went down by 23%, and from a realized price of $2.98 per pound on 2014 to $2.29 per pound by 2015. To mitigate its impact, the company relentlessly managed its costs and reduced its expenses, which aggregate to an operating expense for 2015 of $933 for gold and $1.86 for copper. According to our annual report for 2015, we have delivered 10% higher net income at 776 million pesos as we effectively contain our operating costs and expenses at 7.3 billion. 13% below the previous year and almost offset the decline in metal prices. This is because depressed metal prices largely affected the 2015 net income. In 2013, the company's core net income was 1.508 billion pesos and 14.129 billion for company's net income attributable to the equity holders of the parent company. 1.122 billion pesos in 2014 and attributable amounting to 14.712 and 905.2 million with net income attributable amounting to 896.2 million in 2015 due to lower metal prices. In December 2014, the company entered into gold collar hedging contracts covering 3,000 ounces of monthly gold production for the first quarter of 2015 at a strike price of $1,200 per ounce for the put option and $1,210 per ounce for the call option. The revenue gained from gold was 5.670 billion pesos on year 2015. Weak pricing environment persisted in 2015 as gold and copper prices went down by 10% and 23% respectively from the previous year. Metal production also increased to 107,887 ounces of gold and 34,104,049 pounds of copper in 2015, compared with 105,008 ounces of gold and 35,391,154 pounds of copper the previous year. In 2015, operating cost using co-production method for copper was $1.86 per pound compared with $2.29 per pound. The copper mining sector alone recorded a 5.4 contraction, while the oil and natural gas industry showed a 1.4 decline in GVA compared with 2014. We generate consolidated revenues of 9.362 billion pesos last year, of which 3.450 billion pesos from copper. Last year, commodity markets in general remained weak as average realized price for gold went down by 10% to $1,147 per ounce, while average copper price fell by 23% to $2.29 per pound from previous year's levels. Our company's common equity is traded in the Philippine Stock Exchange under the code Philex. The company's public float as of December 31, 2015 was 33.99%, with foreign ownership level of 39.3% with a market capitalization of 21.74 billion pesos as of the same date. Comparing the market capitalization from 2011 to 2015, price per share of stocks has a great impact because as the price per share for stocks increases, the market capitalization decreases.